There's nothing wrong with the word on its own. It's just a part of a lyric that makes up the song. It's how you use it, how the context clues wrap around and through it. You have to look at the sentence where it was placed or the phrase in which it was encased. That determines its intent, and only then can you know the message that was meant to be sent. For example, I'm going to tell you a quick story involving 5 animals. It's called The 5 Cocks. There's a gamecock, a cock-eyed peacock, a cocky cockatoo, a cocksure cocker spaniel, and a streptococcus infected cockroach. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a legendary city far, far away called Bangkok, a gamecock cold-cocked a cock-eyed peacock while yelling cock-a-doodle-doo in the direction of a cockatoo, who at the time was giving a good cocking to a cocker spaniel. Now, the cockatoo had nothing to do with the fight, but the gamecock was looking in the cockatoo's direction because it was so cocked up drunk from drinking fruity cocktails straight from a bibcock all day that it was wearing a shuttlecock on its head as a hat. The cocky cockatoo yelled to the even cockier gamecock that he's not the cock of the yard, and actually he's a cocksucker. The way he's acting is a bunch of cocked up, cockamamie poppycock, and that he should leave the cock-eyed peacock alone. Well, eventually the cockatoo, along with his cockiest friend, who happened to be a streptococcus infected cockroach, challenged the gamecock to a fight. A cockfight, to be held in the cockpit of an airship after it fuels up in nearby Cockburn, Australia, and while it's flying over Babcock, Georgia, on the way to a cocktail party in Glasscock, Texas at the Cockingham Estate. Now, they also agreed that the loser has to chug a bottle of cock-flavored cocktail sauce filled with cockleburrs and wear a cocktail dress when they meet Mr. and Mrs. Cockingham at the Cockingham Estate cocktail party later that evening. But the cocksure cocker spaniel, who had long grown tired of all the fuss, said to hell with it, ate the gamecock, the cocky cockatoo, the streptococcus infected cockroach, after beating them to death with the cockle shell he had bought as a souvenir while in Bangkok. Now, the cock-eyed peacock, who had previously been cold-cocked by the gamecock, was so impressed that it fell in love with the cocksure cocker spaniel, and they quickly became a cockneyfied couple. Eventually, they moved to Cocktown, Ireland, where each night they slept on a fluffy bed of haycock and gave each other a good cocking. And they lived happily ever after with their pet, a woodcock they named Captain Ballcock Cock-and-Ball Cockington. You see, folks, a word is just a word. If you get bent out of shape over it, you're a turd. Context and its intent, the contextual placement, is how you understand the message that was meant to be sent. So, lighten up, stupids, and stop being so uptight, you bunch of dumbass stupids.